Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to this quick special Father's Day tribute. I woke up this morning and I wanted to make sure that I didn't let the day go by without giving a shout out to the fathers that I know in my life, the men who've made an impression, great impression on me. And so thank you for just giving me this moment to share with you. I want to start with uh, my oldest brother, Alonzo. Alonzo is not a father, but he acts as a father. He fathers all of the young people he meets in church, at work, everywhere. And his nieces and nephews, I mean, he loves these guys. He gives out advice. He is one of the best fathers I know. Um, he's just made it his mission and his purpose to father children. They don't have to be his children because every child is his child. And so he fathers children all the time. And I'm absolutely so proud of my brother for this because he is a great dad. And I know that when he has his own kids, it's just going to get better. Um, my next person is my youngest brother, Guy. I could not explain to you guys how proud I am of Guy. Oh my goodness, Guy is such a great father. He is such a great young man. He takes the responsibility for his kids. He gets his kids. He keeps his kids. He loves his kids. This boy cannot do enough. He puts away money at the beginning of the year for Christmas. How many fathers do young fathers who are thinking about Christmas in January, thinking about birthdays in January? Birthdays are not till November, but in January, guys thinking about birthdays. He loves his kids. His son looks just like him. He's literally his twin. But God loves his kids so much, and it's just amazing because God shows a love to his children that you don't necessarily see all the time. And I know that we didn't see growing up all the time, but God genuinely loves his kids. His son adores him. When he's playing the saxophone, his son is begging to play. God's such a great father. He keeps his kids. You know, some fathers get their kids and they drop them off to somebody else, but not God. God got a kid on each hip most of the time when you see him, and he has his kids. He got one on each hip because he gonna have all of his kids together. God's just a great father. And brother, if you're watching, I want you to know how proud I am of you today. I'm proud of you every time I see you with them. I'm proud of you knowing what you go through to be a good father. And I am so, so happy that you have taken the step and carrying the mantle of being a father to your kids. Okay. The next dude I want to talk about is my father. My father, no father is perfect. And mine wasn't. I don't mind saying it. He did what he could when he could, but he was a father. He was a father to all those who was around him. I talk to people all the time who tell me how Mr. Al told them something great, how Mr. Al showed them something great. So I say happy Father's Day to my father. Next is one of the greatest fathers I knew, Granddaddy Ralph. Oh my goodness, guys. Granddaddy Ralph, this dude, he was a father of fathers. Like, he sat in the window and he would watch everything in the neighborhood, but he was watching you going to school. He would walk you to school if necessary. He would come to the school, talk to the teachers, and don't let the teachers be wrong. He'll let them know you're wrong, and he'll let you know when you're wrong. He wanted you to make sure you did your homework. He sit in his chair. He could come over. He would smoke his pipe. It had the best smell ever. I hate cigarettes, but I love pipes because my grandfather smoked the pipe. And he would just talk to you. He was the sweetest guy you ever wanted to meet. I am so sorry that he's gone because I love my grandfather and he loved us. You know, it's a special man who loves every child he comes in contact with and doesn't mind showing them, especially he loved his grandkids like gangbusters. That's all I can tell you. He was going to fight for you. And Granddaddy Ron was a little guy, so you kind of wonder, dude, who you going to fight? But he will fight for you. He let people know, don't bother my grandkids or I have to cut you. He was a great guy. I loved him so much. I still love him. I miss him till today. He raised my father and my two aunts, and he did a fabulous job with my grandmother. and I miss him, and I love you, Granddaddy Ralph, from the bottom of my heart. Um, I'm so sorry that you're gone. I wish you were here to talk to you sometimes, but I love you. And then there was my grandfather, my mom's dad, Bishop Bonds. Bishop Bonds was a special father. He was a father not only to his family, but to his church, to overseas, because he took his mission in life to be very, very, very important. So not only did he father at home, but he fathered at church. There's so many people in church today that are there because of Bishop Bonds and what he taught them. And so he also fathered, he went overseas, like 3 or 4 times a year. So you have people in the Virgin Islands and in Jamaica and England who can tell you about their experiences with Bishop Bonds. Bishop Bonds was a great father. He was stern, he was sure, but he let you know which way to go. And I miss him. I miss him terribly. I was with him very closely in his last days, and I know I learned so much from him early on in my life, and at the end, I learned so much from him about what it is to be a child of God. I love you, sir, and I miss you so much. There is a guy that I want to talk about real quick. I'm going to pull his picture up because he is my uncle. He is my uncle, and he is a great father, and he doesn't know, has no idea, and I hope he gets a chance to see this. But this guy has been there for me and my siblings at the worst times. I'm gonna show you guys my aunt's post for today because I don't have him on my share, but I'm gonna show you guys uh, her post from today because it's so good. So this is my Uncle Sam. Now I have to tell you about my Uncle Sam. My Uncle Sam is the funniest guy you're gonna ever meet. He's the funniest guy you're gonna ever meet. But he's made a great impression on me. We weren't around him a lot growing up. And when we did get around him, it was at probably the worst times of our life. First time was when my grandmother died, and he was there with my aunt. And he was supporting his family, but he also supported us. We had a strained relationship with my father, but Uncle Sam was the guy who was in the room saying, how can I get you guys together? Hey, come out to my house. Let's sit around and talk. Him and Aunt Pat both, they were just so strong when we weren't strong. And so, Uncle Sam, I really do love you and I respect you so. When my father died, Uncle Sam was right there. And when it seemed like I just couldn't get myself together, he would make a joke like, don't cry, make that ugly face. Nobody wants to see that ugly face. But he is a great father. He's a great guy. And he has just been so strong. Father's Day is the day when you get to talk about those strong men who have come into your life and they're great fathers and they've shown you what it's like to have a great father. And Uncle Sam is one of those guys. Uh, there were many times where me and my siblings got to go to his house and they would just have a cookout for their nieces and nephews. Just let us come out and hang out with them. Just do things for us. And the support that they've shown us, especially in these last couple of years with the death of all of our grandparents and parents for that matter, because at this point they're all gone. The support that they've shown and the place that they've taken in our lives is invaluable. And so if you guys are seeing this, Aunt Pat, Uncle Sam, Aunt Pat, I missed you on Mother's Day, but thank you. And Uncle Sam, thank you. Thank you guys so much. You mean the world to me, and I love you so much. And I'm going to end up, but there are a few other people that I want to say Happy Father's Day to because they're great fathers. Pastor Mark James, Donnell Ely, you guys have shown me what it's like for a father to persevere through every situation and show up. Not having your kids look for you, but you look for them. Thank you guys. Happy Father's Day. Uncle Stink, I don't say Happy Father's Day to you much, but I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Uncle Stink. William Barnes III. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. Happy Father's Day. You've been in our lives, all of our lives. You've been our funny uncle. You've been our supportive uncle. You've been just everything at different times. Happy Father's Day. I love you. Guy Barnes, you're not a father, but you have fathered many. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. I want to thank you for everything you've done. And to everybody, happy Father's Day. If your father is living or not, happy Father's Day. Show a father some love today. Take them to dinner. Give them some flowers. They like flowers too, even though sometimes they act like they don't. They like flowers too. Give them some flowers. Show them some love. Give them some candy. They like candy too. Give them some candy, but show them that you love them today. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Happy Father's Day. And I know some people don't like this, but happy Father's Day to you moms who are being mom and dad in the home. No, you're not a man, but you are holding down the fort. You are taking care of your children. You are providing for your children. So happy Father's Day to you. And God bless everyone. Thank you for giving me this time and have a blessed day.